Hello, friends. Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to shut this thing off now. The old Ebo. Welcome to the Homeskoolin show. Sunday, Mother's Day edition. Number 24. Look what I got. Look what I got. Man, I've been getting some good reviews out there from everybody loving the comfy shirts. Beats the hell out of Gildans. And I'm glad everybody loves them. I love mine. I got one for the kids, for dear Sarah. All is well. Hear him crying up there, screaming. Lord knows what's going on up there. Anyway, how you guys doing? Thanks for tuning in. That was an old AM Gold record there I was playing. Anybody remember it? Kind of an obscure one. Big hit, though, it was. Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty. Anybody remember that one? He was the guy that sang Stuck in the Middle with You. Remember that scene in Reservoir Dogs when they were cutting a guy's ear off? With the great cowbell, that song. Proud moments in cowbell history, that one. Anyway, yeah, you know, it's funny. Back before the pandemic, when we had school, and I used to drive my two kids to school every day. They're 7 and 4, two boys. You guys think I'm teaching you a lot about music. You should see what I'm teaching them. I mean, every morning on the way to school, you know me, required listening for the boys. I'm playing them all the stuff that they need to know in life. Every morning, they're getting all the good stuff, high nutrient music. And they're like little musicologists. I swear to God, our 4-year-old, Leo, one of his favorite songs is Baker Street. I mean, he'll request obscure album cuts by the B-52s, such as like Leo, 4-year-old. How many 4-year-old kids will request Paul Westerberg? And he'll say, play Give Me Back My Man by B-52s. Which version, Leo? Oh, the clean one. He likes 2 different versions of it, one live and one. He's 4. It's pretty crazy. But, he loves Baker Street, and I do too. Bust that record out and listen to it. Every instrument ever made on this planet is in that song. Lord, what a production. And I love Jerry Rafferty's voice. God, it's so creepy good. His delivery is so like velvety and so sort of I love his vibrato. I'm a big singer fan. You guys know that. You've watched, well, those who have done their homework. I've been getting a lot of questions in the viewer comment bin from guys who apparently haven't done their homework. They're asking me questions about stuff that I've clearly covered in earlier volumes. And all teachers like when the kids do the homework. So if I don't respond, go back and watch some of the old ones. All the answers are in there. All the stuff where I talk about how I don't like talking about gear, not because I don't love gear, but because I feel like there's too many shows that emphasize on that. And Homeskoolin is going to be about playing the guitar. That's what we're doing here. Let's see. What do we got? I wanted to show you guys this cool. I got one of the sweet viewers sent this amazing, 2 of these amazing Rolling Rock sort of, what do you call those? Fruit jars. How cool is that? That might be my new thing. I pour like the beer in there and then that could be cool, right? That could be pretty cool. Let's see. One guy said, where do I get a Homeskoolin coffee mug? And I think they're going to be done any minute now. They're on the same website you get the t-shirts from, www.guitarhouse.net. And they're going to have this cool mugs. And I think we're going to go ahead with those green shirts, man. I spoke with that guy Ryan that made that amazing design, which you still have yet to see, but you're going to love. I promise you. Let's see. Here's a perplexing question that I got. in the viewer comment bin. I mean, I don't. This guy's being very nice, and I appreciate that. He's not trying to be mean in any way, but I just find it an odd question, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but I just think it's. He said, "Hey Tom, thanks for your advice. You're welcome. Can you explain how to keep up with the greats?" Remember in the last episode at the very end, I started talking about how you have to torture yourself to keep up with the greats. You gotta focus in on the highest of the highs and try to get there. He said, can you explain how to keep up with the greats, and how can I find out what is so special about their playing? I don't understand that. I mean, like I just feel like I'm an old guy, right? But I feel like we're moving into an age of younger people who like have to be. Some of them almost have to be told what to like or something. I don't get that. I mean, I know this guy's is not trying to be weird or anything. It's a very sweet question, actually. But it's just like, man, listen to the record. All I could say to you is listen to the record, listen to any record, and if it moves you, it's great. It doesn't. You don't have to have somebody else tell you what's great. You know, it seems so obvious, but I feel like there's a lot of these. I don't even know how to put this. You know what I mean? Like, don't have somebody else tell you what's great. If it's great, if you think it's great, it's great. You know, if you like somebody else's playing or something, and you ask them who they like, that's fine. But you know, stick to your guns, man. If you think something's good, it's good. You know, I mean, I never had trouble with that. I remember digging through my older brother's record collections when I was real little. And I would put on a record and I would go, oh, this is crap. And then I'd put on another one and I'd go, this is good. You know, that's why I got into all that crazy stuff I'm into, is my older brother's record collections. I remember, you know, I'd bust it out because the cover looked cool. And then I would listen to it and I'd go, damn, Genesis, Trick of the Tail. Wow, okay, I like this. I remember hearing Dance on a Volcano, opening track on that record, and thinking, I can get into this. I was real young. I even like the Yes albums that are sort of unlistenable, like Tormato. It's pretty obscure. A lot of people have asked if I like Rush. I love Rush, man. What? I mean, what a bunch of sweethearts. Did you watch that documentary about those guys? I mean, how cool could three guys possibly be? The way they get along, their undying, unwavering intent, and their intelligence. I mean, Neil Peart. I mean, what do you think that guy's EQ or IQ is? What is EQ? What do you think? How smart is that guy? You can't even follow along when he talks. He uses such crazy words. Neil Peart, what a loss. He was a badass. I love Rush. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. Oh, one guy said, hey, Tom, who is some of the most underrated guitar players in rock history? See, I talk about the guys I love, and, you know, like, you guys have heard me cover plenty, you know. I don't think I've said enough about Angus Young. I know he's not underrated, but I can't tell you how much I love him. I am such a super fan of Angus Young. He's probably on my top 10 list. I love him so much. I just love the way he plays, man. I love his whole thing. Let's go to underrated. What about, you know who I thought there's two guys I always thought were, well, three really, I always thought were really underrated. And I could probably think of more if I put more time into thinking about it, but I'm just going to throw these out. Robbie McIntosh, grossly underrated guitar player. Look him up. Grossly underrated. And, you know, I always thought Mick Ronson, but I did a whole episode on him. I always thought he was grossly underrated. Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, I think, is grossly underrated. I mean, listen to the old Cheap Trick song, California Man. Tell me if you don't think that's one of the most ass-shaking, boogiest tracks that ever lived. I cannot tell you how much I love it. I actually have gotten to be good friends, well, not good friends, but good, friends with like Robin Zander and played on his record. What a sweet guy. And man, what a singer. He is definitely the most underrated singer in rock history, Robin Zander. What a badass. Holy shit. Okay, but my number one for today, most underrated guitar player. This morning I was watching videos of him. Roger Fisher. You guys probably don't even know who that is, do you? He was the guy that did all that sorcery on those early Heart records. Canadian genius. My God. You guys ever checked out, I know we all know Barracuda, Magic Man, but how about some of those guitar tones on those records? What? How about some of those creative ideas on those records? I mean, speaking of my kids, we just listened to Barracuda in the car yesterday, like twice, loud. Listen to them jamming up there. Awesome. Marshall's really starting to play guitar and piano. It's pretty cool. But I watched this amazing video this morning of Roger Fisher, who left the band in 1980. There's some amazing videos on YouTube. There's two really good live versions of Heart playing Magic Man in 1976. Some interesting outfits as well. But man, Roger Fisher, how did he come up with that shit? Okay, for example, I'm going to get a different guitar to show you what I learned from, well, I've always kind of known this, but I just watched the video this morning to confirm it. Magic Man. You guys remember it? Rollicking number in the key of G. He does this crazy thing where he tunes the guitar wacky. Look. Got to retune. Okay, so yeah, check it out. He tunes the open B string up to a D, up a minor third, and then he tunes the high E up to a G, which is pretty high for a thin string. So be careful you don't break it. But you end up with root fifth octave on top. He said in this interview I watched this morning, you guys could watch it, it's amazing. He talks about how he uses a piezo pickup blended with the big rock and roll humbucker sound to get the clarity. He's always done that since the 70s. I've done that a bit too in the past, and it's pretty awesome. Especially when you're playing slide, the piezo gives you picks up the string rattle, and it gives like this real sort of acoustic-y clarity to it. Blend that with your overdrive, pretty cool sound. Very clear, and it cuts through the track. I used to have an old Duesenberg that had a piezo, and I miss it. I need to get another guitar with a piezo you can blend in. That's a cool thing. So in Magic Man, he's got this tuning. Remember that song? In the verse, he goes, how cool. So you got the F chord with that 6/9 on top. And then the solo bit, he gets into this crazy stuff. He goes, Howard Leese actually on one side starts going. And then Roger comes in with this lick. Look. Is that amazing? Just blues lick, but with the tuning. I mean, that is cool. And then he starts talking about in the video how he does the other parts. Something like that. Pretty cool stuff. That's pretty cool. I always thought that was great. And, man, why can't I think of something that cool? I'm still trying, guys. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good Mother's Day. See you guys.